Again, these are all different ways to start shifting your state. So if you're in a place of ruminating or if you're in a funk, all we're doing is these little subtle shifts to start bringing you out of that place. We are always creating from the energy that we're being. And in today's video, we're going to go into and explore how shifting your state, that place, the energy that you're being, can help you move from a place of being in fear or doubt, questioning, or this contraction that we get into, and move more into an aligned vibration where clarity, trust, joy, and possibilities become easier to access. So thank you for joining me. I'm AmyC with You Finding You. I'm an intuitive and transformational coach. And currently, if you check in the dialog box below, you'll see there are links to the Body Wisdom Way, which is a community where we connect within. We start to listen to what's going on inside of us rather than needing to get it from those outside of us, from validation from others. So again, do check that out. Links are in the dialog box below. In the previous video, we explored the difference between a state and a pattern, and about this idea of reframing needing to fix ourselves. And I shared how awareness helps us see the pattern that we may be using and constricting, that is constricting our natural expression. And it's not because we're broken. We're not broken that we have to fix ourselves, and is just seeing these patterns. But today, what I want to talk about is changing the state. So not about the pattern side of it, but about the state. And before we begin, I also want to be clear with this, that changing your state is not about fixing yourself. Again, it's not fixing. And it's not about denying or bypassing or putting on a fake happy, like we're not pushing away things that are in us. It's about seeing that you are not limited to the state that you are currently in, that you can change it. And you can choose to reconnect with a more supportive energy, a higher vibration to your authentic self or your inner guidance, or what Abraham Hicks calls the vortex. So whatever words or language resonates with you, it's the part of you that feels more aligned and more connected and more present and really more like yourself, like you. So we're connecting with something that feels more alive in you rather than if you're in a state of blah or just, I don't want to, those kind of things. You can shift your state into something that is more aligned. And we want to change our state because the state we're in influences what we see, what we believe, the choices we make, and how we experience our lives. And the more often we reconnect with supportive states, the easier it becomes to access the clarity, the trust, the joy, appreciation, creativity, and possibilities. So we're changing our state because we have the ability to choose where we place our attention and how we want to create our life. So here are 8 ways that you can change your state. And the first one is through breath. So if you're anxious or if you're, in a place of nervousness, your breath is going to be maybe a little faster, or if you're constricted and tight, you might have shallowness of breath. So the first thing you can do is change and notice your breath, but then change the speed or change, like taking longer breaths to regulate your nervous system. And the second one is through movement or posture shift. So if you're noticing that you're, in a smaller posture or a smaller position, like lounging back and really kind of tiny and small, open up your chest, shift around, sit more upright, get up and move. You can do shaking or bouncing, even some stretches, like getting the body moving and getting it out of the stuck internal state that you might be in. And the third one is an environment shift. So getting out in nature. I know how supportive nature is for myself. Or even moving from one room to another, or going outside, changing lights, changing how, like opening windows or window curtains, like getting some light in. But noticing how one room or another might affect you differently, or being inside or outside might affect you. And the fourth is sensory input. So changing up from music if you're in silence, or going to silence if you have lots of noise, moving and shifting the temperature, or water, like getting a shower or drinking cold water, holding something warm, like shifting up these senses so that you're actually starting to notice with touch or with smell, or the feeling of things can help shift your state. And the fifth one is an orientation state, or looking for something beautiful. So looking out around your room. So if you're on your phone or on the computer, look out for something and call out the names of objects around you, looking at things, and maybe looking at things far off or close up, and really taking in the energy of those things, or just noticing for a minute the objects and things around you and what they mean to you. And then the sixth one is grounding through contact. So having your feet on the floor, you can place hands on your chest and belly. You can do this laying down, and just then feel your whole body supported with the surface beneath you, and allowing yourself to really feel that support. In a way, this is signaling your nervous system that you're safe right here, right now. Again, these are all different ways to start shifting your state. So if you're in a place of ruminating, or if you're in a funk, all we're doing is these little subtle shifts to start bringing you out of that place, and play with these different ones. And the seventh one is a rhythm change. So walking faster or slower, or picking up tempo, and like playing with different songs and music, and even speaking a different pace, like noticing that if you're speaking fast, and then slowing down that pace, and just playing again with different rhythms, and even doing different things with your body, as I am doing right now, of like, oh, I do a quick movement and then maybe slow it down a little bit, or allow yourself to move with it. But it's changing the rhythms. And if you're in a fast-paced rhythm, just like the breath, slowing it down and giving yourself a little bit more space. And then the eighth one is gratitude and appreciation. Taking a moment and really giving yourself some gratitude, or noticing the things that you are grateful for. Like just really calling out the different things in your life that you appreciate, that you have gratitude for. Because a lot of times, if you are in that funk, or just in a place of, oh gosh, I don't, like I don't want to, and these things are not happening the way I want them to. When you start really acknowledging the things around you that you do have, the people that are supporting you, or whatever it is that you are grateful for, then things will start to shift in you as well. So again, play with these different ways, and really seeing, like, when you are in that place of like, oh my gosh, everything sucks, I'm not happy, this is not happening, I don't want these things, or I don't want to do these things, and in a fear place or a doubt place, questioning, just take a moment, shift up again, shift your posture, or go into gratitude, or take a moment with your breath. Like really see how little things can start to shift where you are and who you are being, and then go into the rest of your day, into other things, and start to see how things shift. Because as your energy shifts, all the things around you are perceived differently, are felt differently, but then others will receive you differently as well. So thank you guys for joining me today, and I will come back with a few more in this series around patterns versus states, and I'll go into different ways that you can process and work through different patterns as well. Do share in the comments if there was any ahas, or if you also have different ways that you can shift your state to get into a higher vibration, really, easily, quickly, to be feeling better. And do share, I am curious to hear. And thank you again for joining me. If you are getting value and liking these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe. And do come over and check us out, Body Wisdom Way. I'd love to see you there. And thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.